You always saying, oh, we gonna be the biggest writers in New York City. Do what you gotta do to make that shit happen.
Yo, so everything is a goal, and you gotta give them $500.
$500?
Yeah.
Where the fuck we supposed to get $500?
Gimme the Loot, c'est un film qui est en compétition pour un certain regard, et c'est un film qui est extrêmement touchant et extrêmement fort aussi, comme tous les films qu'on vous présente ici à Cannes sur Pure Channel. Adam, hi, it's a pleasure, and Ty too.
It's our pleasure completely. Thank you so much.
You're here in Cannes, and I bet it's a very emotional moment. For real, the screenings, those very big theaters full of people. Nasty journalists.
Absolutely. No, it is. It is. I mean, obviously, it sort of sounds like a stock line, but it is a thrill and an honor. And it's, you know, I have to say, like last night when I was thinking about, we're screening tomorrow, and I got a little like, man, we did this a year ago. We had no movie. We didn't have our lead actress, and to think that we're here now with it is, it's just a dream. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You've been doing a lot of festival with the first one, and but I bet Cannes Festival is also to know that the way you're directing, the pictures you're doing, the guerrilla style you shot with, yeah, the people of the industry are digging your work.
Yeah, it's a whole nother level when you know it's a local movie. It's a New York sort of neighborhood movie, and when you know made by a community of people who came together, very low budget, and guerrilla as you say. And so when you know the Cannes Film Festival says this is worthy, this is and gives it that stamp of approval, it sort of blows our mind.
Yeah.
Same thing for you, and yeah, the acting performance of that movie.
Well, it took really, I give the credit to the practice, all the practice and the time that we invested in working on our lines and character development, everything like that. So, yeah.
Does it mean that you do a lot of rehearsals before shooting? Yeah.
Lots of rehearsals.
The idea was sort of to prep, do research, do character development, do lots of rehearsals, make sure everybody on the team was very much focused and on the same page, and then go out there and shoot it fast, shoot it quick, know that in New York everything was going to go wrong, but that was okay, and embrace that, and sort of have a loose style, but only with the backbone of a strong script and a lot of rehearsal and preparation.
That explains a lot of the energy of the movie, I think, and maybe also the very fine relation you managed to create with Tashiana Washington. Because we have to say that this movie is about two buddies, let's say, but it's also a kind of a love story, and in a very fine way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sweetness in between you, and at the end we might realize that might be love, as you realize it maybe at the end.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because it's like while we were shooting, obviously we're doing it in bits and pieces, so you're not seeing the whole story, straight out like that. But it's like as I watched the movie, it was like the first time, it was almost like, this is the movie. This is really what it's about, And the way they cut it and put it together, it really made sense, and it was like, wow, this is. So it was an experience for me the first time. It was like I didn't know the story almost.
Well, when I saw the movie, I thought you might have a lot of pleasure, Adam, writing that those two characters.
Yes.
Because the girl is so strong, but she needs your character, and you like the boys, you're full of energy, but yeah, you need her to be concrete.
Right,
She sort of keeps him in check, and so she's this very kind of independent, strong girl that dresses, tough and all of that, but at the same time has this very almost traditional thought about gender, and like he needs to be a man and he needs to step up, and so they sort of, he softens her a little bit, and she sort of, helps him grow up, I think, a little bit too.
It's funny, I've been in New York in some Latinos communities, some African communities, and I love the way the men's are always, being around, you don't know what exactly they do, but they do things. And the women's, the mothers, and they're pulling the family on. And that's why I think it's a deep love story that you guys are starting, the two characters.
Yeah, I agree. And I think what's important is that, one, behind the scenes, me and Tatiana developed a friendship, and working together for so long, like as far as like doing a lot of rehearsals, we got to like really get comfortable with each other and like develop our own kind of Malcolm Sophia relationship outside of the movie. So, and I think that definitely helped, because our relationship is very like the characters in some ways, you know, very like we give each other shit sometimes, but we love each other. You know, that's my girl, man. I love her, you know. So, but
like in the movie, she's smarter and better looking than you.
Right, exactly. And so.
There's an aesthetic way of explaining that. Yeah, you put it in an aesthetic way, like when you are walking the roofs, and that scene where you're pulling Tatiana every time.
Yes.
Well, that's a very strong moment that explains a lot about you too.
Yeah, I think that in some ways, you know, they play these 17-year-old kids, and when you're 17 and you're in a sort of sexual relationship with somebody, it's usually over in 3 months. But what they have is they have a love that's a little bit, you know, to sound cliche, deeper. And so yes, you sort of see the relationship in not only their dialogue, but in the way that they actually move around the city and sort of how they hit each other, but also you know help each other physically, literally.
Ready? We're gonna do this shit right here.
But there's also something. I've been sometimes in New York. My credit card was not working. I had no cash. So I'm not in the same situation of the characters, but I knew the city when you have to find some box to friends and stuff like that. That's a quest you're having in the movie. Yeah. And that's New York when you don't have a buck in your pocket.
It is. It definitely is. And especially with the story, I really connected to it because like the whole like you need some money, you know, sell some sneakers, you know, different things like that. Like I did stuff like that, so it was like, that's why I think that's why it's so realistic, because I'm pretty sure like Adam writing this stuff down, it wasn't just coming from this stuff that really happens, you know. So that's yeah.
That's a way for you to put your characters in so many adventures.
Right. We wanted to do this sort of adventure. We wanted to do this quest movie, but instead of sort of, it's like to find the ring that saves the world, it's that they need $500. And just like, how are they going to, and so it allowed us to show all these different pockets of New York and almost kind of like a road trip in the city and just introducing different characters and different scenarios. So.
And it's not a ring, it's a wreck nest.
Right, right. Yeah,
yeah you're not having an affair with your friend, but you're shagging uptown girls.
Yeah, that's right.
You
do all right.
I do all right. Yeah. I get by.
No, that's important because we see here a real thing that we see you can experience in New York too. The black cabs going very uptown, the other cabs, and the uptown girl with the very light shirts in the summer, and wanted a ghetto man to come to their flat because the parents are not here. It's true.
Yeah.
It's some reality of New York.
Yeah, and then her friends show up, and it's like, I don't know this guy.
That's a very realistic scene.
That was so realistic.
You told me when you read that scene, when he read that scene, he was just like, it makes me angry because I've been there, man.
Yeah, that's really true.
It's like, it's not a good memory, but like something similar has happened to me. Not in that way, but like very like when your friends are around, it's like, you know, but. I think that particular scene for me, that was a fun one to shoot. That was definitely a fun one to shoot.
Yeah, I'd like to say in conclusion that this movie, maybe it's due to the rehearsal, the way you shot, but it's full of energy. Yeah. And it make me thought about also a movie that is called The White Killed. I think it's L'Enfant Sauvage, with a little boy lost in Coney Island.
Oh, yes, The Little Fugitive. Yes.
Little Fugitive.
Yes, absolutely. That is absolutely one of the key movies that I looked at and was a big inspiration for this movie. That's a great reference, and that's also just these sort of kids who have, as we say, vivid lives, and live in a gritty world, and very working class kids. But then they go on an adventure, and it's very natural in a city full of energy, and it's positive. It's not miserable, and everybody dies, and there's guns. It's just sort of this fun story, but that's super authentic, and still has that kind of that grit to it. So we love that movie. Yes.
So that's a good conclusion.
Good.
Cinema classic. Go see first The Little Fugitive. Vive l'enfant sauvage, and then Adam Leon's movie, Gimme the Loot. That would be the other way around. Yeah, first that one. They need money. Buy your tickets. No, I don't know. But no, Gimme the Loot. I hope you will be rewarded for that movie here in Cannes or elsewhere, and it was a pleasure. Gimme the Loot, Tashiana Washington, she's amazing. Yes. Ty Hickson, a movie by Adam Leon. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
You always saying, oh, we gonna be the biggest writers in New York City. Do what you gotta do to make that shit happen.
Yo, so everything is a goal, and you gotta give them $500.
$500?
Yeah.
Where the fuck we supposed to get $500?
Ready? We're gonna do this shit right here.